Hello there YouTube, bit late, but this is my day 11 weigh-in video for Sunday, yesterday morning. This is going to be a bit of a watershed video, I hope. I try to be pretty upbeat in my videos and light, but I think I'm going to need to be a bit more heavy in this one, so I'm just pre-warning you. If you don't like that sort of thing, you might as well stop now. And I want to preempt what I'm going to say with a couple of things. The first thing is, I never want these videos to be about you thinking you can give me advice or give me direct support. What I get from these videos is it's like a diary, a video diary, where I'm showing my progress with my weight loss journey, and it's a way of me speaking out loud to an imagined audience, and I don't need or want any advice. Secondly, I was in this week thinking, should I stop doing these videos? Because for the last few weeks I've just been saying the same thing over and over again. This is a new start, I'm going to be better this week, I'm going to start again. And I never really worked out why that felt not quite right. And I think I'm beginning to get to the point now where I think I know a bit about that. So I'm going to try and explain that in this video, but let me first of all give you my stats for yesterday, because that's probably a good point to start. So as of yesterday morning, I am total weight of 17 stone 6.2 pounds. My body fat percentage is 34.0, which hasn't changed from the week before. My weight has gone up by 3.4 pounds. My visceral fat rating is 18 still, same as before. My muscle mass is 10 stone 13.2 pounds, which has gone up by 2 pounds from the week before. My physique rating is a 3 still, it won't change for a long time. My basal metabolic rate in calories is 2,193, and my metabolic age is 50 still, which will be for a while. My calculated muscle percentage is 62.7%, down by 0.1% from last week. And finally, my BMI at the moment has gone up to 35.6, which is up by 0.5. So, and how did I do last week? So in terms of my aims, if you watch my other videos, you'll know that on Thursday I had the day off, and I basically just ate crap. What that consisted of was, we went out for a takeaway, a Chinese takeaway, ate it at home, and on the way back we bought some cakes and some ice cream. And so I sat, did nothing else, just sat in front of the TV and ate and drank some wine as well, drank a bit of wine. And so that day was definitely not, in my inverted commas, a good day. And then I think I probably went to McDonald's at one other point. To be honest, I've forgotten last week. It's kind of, it was a bit of a busy week, and I've forgotten what I've done completely. But I would say, on balance, I did 5 good days in terms of my diet, and 2 weren't on target. But that isn't really what I want to focus on at this moment. I'm trying to work out why I've not got back into the right mindset. And the context for this is, if you didn't already know, 2 years ago, I lost, over the course of about 8 months, I lost in the region of 8 stone, 7 stone, something like that, to get down to 13 stone, just under 13 stone. And it was brilliant. I'd cracked it. It was easy. My life was, on track, and in terms of the battles that I was facing, I'd cracked the battle with my weight. And then one thing led to another. Christmas, changing jobs, life. I gradually got out of the habit, and gradually, yeah, basically it was Christmas. Christmas was the start of it, which is always my Achilles heel. I started eating crap over Christmas, didn't really stop, and just carried on until I got to a point. I remember to get to 15 stone, thinking, right, this is it now. I've got to stop putting on weight. And suddenly I was 17. All of a sudden, you know, it seemed like in a whirl. So putting it on was so easy, so quick, and so disappointing after being in a really good place. So when I started doing these videos, I kind of remembered that, and I remembered what I did the first time, and I thought I'd just replicate that, but this time I'll just record my progress, and sort of as a way, a bit of a memory jog. And I had these 6 steps that I remember doing, and the first step was to get my psychology right. And I never really did explain to you what I meant by that, and I probably can't do it now, but all I know is it's not there yet. I'm not there yet with my psychology. I need to be in the right place. So this week I realised I wasn't in that right place. Something wasn't quite there. So and it came to a head on Saturday. So I want to tell you about Saturday, and I'm thinking Saturday might be the point at which I can really turn a corner. And before I tell you about Saturday, I do want to put in another caveat, which is, if you see my other videos about my personal values, one of my strong values is to be open and honest. I've lived my life trying to be what other people think I should be, or no, what I think other people think I should be. I'm failing miserably at doing that. And I worked out over the course of when I was losing my weight, towards the end of it, I worked out what my personal values should be, and how I wanted to live my life. And one of them was be open and honest, just be yourself. And that's something I try to practice with these videos. And I want to tell you about Saturday because it's the truth. It's something that actually happened to me. And I'm a bit reluctant to say it because of my ego. But I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you about it fully because of the context of this video and what I'm trying to achieve with my weight loss. I don't know how it's going to go down in terms of the wider community, but I'm not necessarily going to worry about that. I've learned not to worry about that when it comes to these videos. So let me tell you about Saturday. So my partner wanted to get me some clothes for our holiday in October to Scotland. Now I've mentioned in the previous videos I have 2 big battles in my life, and they've never gone away. One battle is the feeling that I don't have enough money, so having to work to earn enough money. And the other battle is being overweight and feeling not in control of my food and my body. And for a brief moment, a couple of years ago, for about a year, I had control over the second one, but I've lost that now. But the reason I want to tell you about the first battle, because it's all part of the psychology of where I am at the moment. My partner wanted to go shopping to get clothes, and I resisted it and resisted it and resisted it. And I couldn't pinpoint, apart from not wanting to go out in public and see people, which is another side of my personality, I couldn't pinpoint quite why I was so resistant. Because she was trying to do nice things. She was trying to give me some smarter clothes. Because I'm quite happy to wear rags at work, you know, the odd hole here and there doesn't really matter to me. You know, it's getting value for money out of my clothing. I mean, I don't have holes in my jeans, you know, like they were stylish at one time. They ripped holes everywhere. You know, my jeans have, you know, they look like proper jeans, and I've got a t-shirt which is just a normal t-shirt, but I wear them over and over again to get value out of them, and if they get an odd little hole in them, I'm going to keep wearing them. So my partner wants me to look smarter. So she convinced me through a lot of persuasion that, well, the full story is she bought me some clothes and I didn't really react well to it, and then we had this conversation about me not wanting to buy clothes. Yeah, so right, I didn't want to buy clothes because the reason why she wanted me to buy clothes is because I've got bigger, so it's to look smarter but also to have clothes that fit me. And I had, when I lost my weight, bought some new clothes as like a reward, and my size was I think it was a medium, sort of it's top wise. I was a medium size, maybe a large, and my jeans size was, I think, about 32-inch waist. I think it got down to, and up to the point where my jeans didn't fall down, so my stomach was small enough that my jeans just stayed where they were, but whereas previously and now they just fall down below my belly. So clothing for me is a whole issue. It's about buying it, it's about how being looked at, it's about my weight. It's a whole lot of psychology behind me and clothing. So I'd agreed that we'd go shopping together to a sort of outlet place, so it's a bit cheaper, and we could choose some clothes. And I wasn't looking forward to it on Saturday, and I just wanted it for her, really, because she was, she cares a lot about me, and I want to sort of do the right thing for her. And I made sure she came with me into the changing room, because I was not really in a good place to do it. And we went to one changing room and tried some shirts on, and I mean, they're okay, but we were looking at 2XL size shirts, and they're a bit snug. They're kind of fitted, but a bit snug. But the whole experience of just putting on clothing, and the idea of paying for clothing now, having put this weight on, was not appealing. And then we went to another shop, and we went to a shop we went to before when I got a jacket from there, and it was quite a good jacket because and it's quite good value. Went into that shop, and we were looking at waistcoats, because I really like wearing waistcoats. I think if they fit well, they're a bit slimming and they look smart, and it's the look that I like to have, is waistcoats. Just that in my job I don't get to wear waistcoats anymore, so I tend to do it more for just casual wear. But I do like a good waistcoat. And we tried 2XL waistcoats. We tried a selection of them, and I was in the shop, in the changing room, with these mirrors around me, and I saw how big I got, and I just had a little cry. And luckily my partner was there to give me a bit of a cuddle and be supportive. I wasn't bawling, but a few tears fell. I just felt so frustrated with myself that within a year of cracking my Basal, I let it almost go back to where I was before. Not quite. I'm still lighter than I was, and to be fair, I lost weight all over my body. I lost it from my arms, my legs, my stomach, and my face, and it hasn't gone back on my face yet. It's going back on my stomach. So I kind of do look a bit different to how I used to look still, but my stomach is getting big again, and I just stood there and just felt so frustrated, because I was spending money on clothing that would fit me, and I had stuff at home which I hadn't really used, which used to fit me. And just that realization of how I let it all go to pot so easily, so quickly, was just a bit too much for me. So we got out of the shop, we got home, and we talked a bit about what we'd do. We've talked about it over the last few months, about weight loss and how we do it, and I've just got to use that memory of being upset in the changing room as an impetus to really change things around. I felt really low, I felt really bad. So it's hard to, maybe I'm now thinking what you're thinking. What are you thinking about as I'm saying this? You might never be overweight, and therefore you think, well, it's easy, just don't eat the crap foods. And I can see your point, because it is as simple as that. And equally, you may be overweight, and you may understand completely what I mean by it. It feels to me like it's an addiction. I might have said this before, I don't know. Food to me feels like an addiction. It's something that I can never relax about. For the rest of my life, I have to be really mindful about what I'm eating. And I do not believe in buying books or videos or courses about how to lose weight. I know how to lose weight. This is the other thing I want to say in this video. people who are overweight, they know A, they're overweight, they know how they've become overweight, and they know how to lose weight. It's not a lack of information that's the problem. It's not a conscious decision you can just say and solve it all. I truly believe that for me, and maybe for you if you're in a situation, it's a subconscious, it's an emotional response that has to be dealt with. So I don't need you to tell me just reduce your carbs, or just do exercise, or just do this or that or that. I know what to do. We all know what to do. It's doing it which is the hard thing. It's like telling an alcoholic, just stop drinking, you know it's bad for you. Or a smoker, just stop smoking, it's bad for you, we know that. It's like an addiction. So I'm now getting a little bit cross at you for criticising me, which you haven't even done yet. So I apologise for that if you're not thinking that. But it's not a question of not knowing, it's a question of not being able to implement it. It's about motivation, it's about psychology, really is about psychology. It's so much about psychology. So what I did yesterday then was I thought about what did I do when I was 50 which worked, and I'm now stopping thinking about it on a daily basis. I need to think about it now as a moment by moment basis. Every moment, decisions I make have to be the ones I want to do to enforce my aim. So yesterday morning, for example, not yesterday morning, sorry, but when I did my weigh in, I did some chores, and then I did some exercise on a cross trainer which we have at home. It's the first time I've used it for a very long time, and the decision was, when I lost my weight, I was doing a cross trainer for an hour every day. So just do that then. Start with that. Just start with the cross trainer, and does it feel like it works? And I did it, and it felt okay. And that was the decision yesterday. Just do that. The next decision is, what is it? Right now, have breakfast, have porridge with a sweetener. Right, that's the second decision. So it's every decision that I'm making now, within the day, has to be thought about, and it becomes right decision. And I think by doing that, by being really mindful of that, I'm hoping that it becomes a habit that I do the right things as a matter of course. It feels to me like a bit of a low point Saturday, and it feels to me like something I can feed off to help me stick to the right activities. So like I said, it's not that I don't know what to do, it's just doing it. So last week wasn't good. It wasn't appalling, but it wasn't good. So this is a new week. It is a new mindset. I am pretty much at rock bottom when it comes to this. I am going to carry on with the videos, because I thought to myself, should I stop the videos? And I thought, no, it isn't about you doing a video that's always successful. It's not even about doing a video for other people. It's about doing it for yourself. And a small part of my I'm going to call it recovery, I think, from food addiction, is being accountable. And I think by me every week doing this video, that is my way of being accountable. By itself, it won't make a difference, but it's one of those little bits of the jigsaw that will combine, which I think will help. So I'm going to bring us to a close, I think, but I want to look back, in 10 months' time, and realise, oh, this was the moment where things turned around. I really can't think at this point how much lower I can get in terms of my emotions. I've got this visual image of me standing there with my top off, with the mirrors around me, and see my belly, and I keep seeing that and thinking that's not what I want to look like. So we'll see. Okay, so I think that's everything I want to say at this point. I'm going to do cross trainer rather than anything else. Try and do that in the mornings. I'm going to focus on eating healthily in the way that I know works for me. Not do the takeaways, not do the sugary foods for now. I'm nowhere near doing calorie counting at the moment. That's miles off. That's just far too complex. I'm just focusing on the very basics. being mindful about what I'm doing on a very within the day on a moment to moment basis. Yeah, okay, right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next week.